Oke, balik lagi di Dragon Age Origin ke-6 sekarang. Ini masih kemarin kan terakhir side quest ya dari board ini. Sekarang juga belum selesai sih yang lanjutan lain 2 side quest ini. Jadi sekalian kita ngerjain side quest sama keliling-keliling juga. Sama oh iya, kan dia di sini jualan ya. Siapa sih yang jualan? Lupa gue yang jualan. Mana yang jualan? Oh iya deh.
As you say.
Oh iya, dia bisa si Pris.
Indeed.
Acap.
Allow me.
Eh,
I could do that for you.
oke, thank you. Loh,
Oh, friend. Care to take advantage of your discount?
yep.
Oh, friend. Care to take advantage?
Thank you. Gue butuh helm. Helm tangan sepatu. Viridium, tier 4, 22 strength. Buat si stand. Tier 4, adalah tier 4. Tier 4, Viridium tuh tier 4 semua ya. Oke. Medium glove, oke. Oke. Ini gue ganti dulu sama si.
Fast and damnation. Blood and damnation.
Oke, sip.
Oh, friend. Care to take advantage of your discount? This
Si Alistair itu pakai apa dia? Alistair tier 2. Tapi medium juga, bukan heavy ya. Yang heavy bajunya. Iya, heavy bajunya. Oke, tapi ini medium semua, berarti buat si stand aja. Alistair gua serahin ke heavy. Medium, baju udah, buat stand tapi masih tier 2 ya. Oke. Stand. Ini buat lu, ini buat lu. Yep. Buat Alistar ini. Oke, masih gedean heavy. Shieldnya. Oke. Jual aja berarti.
Oh, friend. Care to take advantage of your discount?
Yap.
This way. And beware the urchins.
And beware the urchin. Nih jual. Ada lagi yang kita jual. Magic willpower. Ini jual aja dah. Oke, nggak usah. Siapa tahu perlu. Side quest sudah gue ambil. Gas, kita baca. Apaan? Gue belum baca juga sih tadi. Centerboard. You read on the centerboard about some blight infrared bears from another ring center of the village. Then will play once a friend to anyone who managed to slay this bear. Okay, bear. The center is offering a small reward amount who fail and the rest to find the ring and missing woman Sarha. Okay, let's go. Ada ini nggak ya? Ada sini. Ya ada, nice. Musuh yang kemarin respawn atau enggak? Kayaknya sih enggak respawn sih. Ya enggak respawn. Let's go. Tapi ada yang lain. Wow. Iya nih. Ini gue harus gedein. Banyak ya?
What? Very well.
Duh, lu kenapa nyerang yang itu? Lu diserang yang mana? Salah. Oke, thank you. Let's go. Wolf pelt. Nggak ada wolf pelt. Buset, wolfnya nggak ada apa-apa, anjing emang. Oke. Oh itu dia. Oh diserang serigala ceritanya tadi. Oke. Langsung balik. Oh enggak, gue langsung balik. Gue mau nyari ini dulu juga. Beruang. Dimanakah beruang? Set. Oh itu dia. Belakang aja dong, ngapain maju-maju. Pertama kita di buff. Oke, salah, itu bukan di buff. Fuck. Beku listrik. Oke, gue diserang. Gue semburat. Let's go. Ruang juga udah kelar. Nice.
It is begun.
Oke. Submit. Nanggung ini ya, EXP. Alistair juga bentar lagi naik. Nanggung banget. Oh di sini. Salah. Submit.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, and the stars stood. All was silent.
Oke.
Let each look after his neighbor.
Nggak ada lagi, ya Allah. Oke, tapi kita level up. Let's go. Willpower, cunning. Next. Ini sih ya. Atau ini. Nah ini aja deh. Regen apa? Drain. Strength sama Constitution. Oke. Weapon and shield. Okay, it's fine. Oh iya, ngapain lagi sekarang? Poison. Oh iya, racun ya. Ada racun. Wait, how? Cara dapat racun gimana? Cara dapat racun? Nggak dapat apa-apa. Outkeeper. Wait. Alistar. Oh inilah gila kayak lo. Cakep. Masa nggak ada quest lagi? The Blight, the Arrow Rakip, the Leash, Circle, itu DLC. Masa nggak ada lagi sih? Gitu doang. Tinggal yang poison. Gimana cara ngambil poisonnya?
Oh, that's the creature they locked up in the cage, isn't it? This is no better than what we left to get away from the fighting.
I brought my family to know the receiving.
Please.
As if we needed more fighting
get
here.
away from
Don't you see how scared everyone is?
What happened to the king is
I want
so
to go
terrible.
home.
Is anywhere safe now?
The Maker grant you his blessing. Is there something else you wished? It represents the flames that burned Andraste herself. Do you know the tale? We are all sinners. The fire symbolizes our hope that forgiveness Of course. The flame means little without the act of remembering and atoning for our... It should take as much concentration to cleanse the soul as to cleanse the body. I wish you well.
Ada chest lagi, tapi nggak bisa tukar orang di sini. Aneh juga.
I thought there would be soldiers here. Oh, at least a place to hide.
Change party harus di luar coba. Aduh. Change party. Sini ada.
Blast and damnation.
Oke. Key required. Oke. Wait. Cara dapat racunnya gimana berarti? Nggak ada yang jual racun. Lu nggak jual racun kan?
Hello, friend. Care...
Ada. 2 deh. Si Neng. Nah, create item. Cakep. Quest update. Wait, enggak. Oke, tadi udah kan? Flask of Venom.
Don't you ever talk? You know, make polite conversation just to put people at ease?
You mean that I should remark upon the weather before I cut off a man's head?
Never mind.
So, Terran Low.
Mana yang butuh? Dia butuh.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
Lah, udah gue bikin. Butuh berapa lu mbak? Butuh berapa dia? 3, astaga. Wait lagi gua, wait.
Got a cousin in the Templars who said the name. So, let me get this straight.
Oke, wait. Render distance-nya gua naikin dulu. Oke, nggak bisa di sini. Yep, nggak bisa di sini.
You were a cloistered sister?
You must have been a brother before you became a Templar, no?
I never actually became a Templar. I was recruited into the Grey Wardens before I took my final vows.
Do you ever regret leaving the Chantry?
No, never. Do you?
Yes. You may not believe it, but I found peace there. The kind of peace I've never known.
It used to get so quiet at the monastery that I would start screaming until one of the brothers came running. I would tell them that I was just checking. You never know, right?
No, I never did anything like that. I enjoyed the quiet.
Suit yourself. The look on their face was always priceless.
Oh, friend.
Emang si Alistair lawakannya asu banget emang. Yep, gue butuh tadi satu lagi toxin extract. Yep. Salah. Yep. Thank you. Harusnya udah mana toxin venom. Ada 4 malah. Kenapa tadi nggak kehitung? Wait, yes I took it. 3 flasks of venom should do the trick. Udah tadi lo. Berarti kan udah ya. Gak paham dah gue.
Neighbor fled the city yesterday. Thinking of going myself.
Kok
Where
nggak
to?
mau masuk? Dung 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 dung.
Any luck with that poison? Or you here to see my stock?
I have what you asked for.
Splendid! If those beasties come on. Yeah. Enough gold to cover any of your expenses and then some. Hey!
Cih, 75 doang. Dah. Loitering selesai, lanjut ke Redcliffe Gun. Tapi kayaknya butuh itu ya. Beli-beli nggak sih? Ada yang perlu nggak sih? Kita shopping dulu, shopping sebelum
There
jalan.
isn't even really any darkspawn.
Were you really in that cage for 20 days?
It might have been closer to 30. I stopped counting after a while.
Oh, friend. Care to take advantage of your discount?
Yes.
This way.
Kita cek. Season. Oh, ini armor pen. I see. Sama ini. Ini gue jual, ini gue jual. Gue jual. Morrigan lu. Wait.
Oh, friend. Care to take advantage of your... This way. And beware the urchins. They have grabby little hands.
Oke, cukup. Potion injury kit kali ya.
Oh, friend. This
Pot. Kayaknya ambil aja semuanya. Oke, udah. Kita jalan-jalan, nggak ada lagi kan ya? The Blight nggak ada. Di map ini masuk, ini board, ini apa namanya? Tavern. Oke, udah. Nah, itu sudah. Let's go. Jalan.
What manner of beast is this?
Oke. Lah, kenapa gue yang beku? Dan gue lupa ganti lu juga. Salah. Oh, jaring laba-laba. Astaga, makanya gue kaget tuh kenapa beku. Oke, let's go.
What did I tell you?
Lu
Of
nggak
all
mau.
the... Indeed.
Acap. Nah, baru
Very
dapat
well.
toxin extract di sini ternyata. Oke lah, dapet. Itu goanya bisa masukin ya. Jadi bisa siapa tuh dungeon. Dungeon. Enggak, bukan goa ternyata. Air, berenang. No berenang. No berenang, oke. Belum diambil. Thank you. Itu udah. Oke.
Someone help us!
Buset.
I shall do. Very well.
Ini kamera gua nggak enak. Oke. Nggak apa-apa nih, gue solo aja. Nggak jadi. Ya kita cek ya. Alistair, lu nyerang dia, please. Oke, ternyata ada saya juga. Oh my god, stand sekarat. Let's go, easy game.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged. The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur.
This here is my son, Samuel.
Sandal.
Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way. Grey Wardens? My, that does rather explain a lot. No offense, but I suspect there's more excitement on your path than my boy and I can handle. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Oh
We'll be
no.
off as soon as this mess is cleaned up. Thank you kindly for all your assistance.
Okay. Bye bye. Yes, kita go to Red Cliff sekarang. Vision lagi ya. Okay.
Bad dreams, huh? Well, it is real, sort of. You see, part of being a Grey Warden is being able to hear the Darkspawn. That's what your dream was, hearing them. The Archdemon, it talks to the Horde. We feel it just as they do. That's why we know this is really a blight. I don't know if it's really a dragon, but it sure looks like one. But yes, that's the Archdemon. It takes a bit, but eventually you can block the dreams out. Some of the older Grey Wardens say they can understand the Archdemon a bit, but I sure can't. Anyhow, when I heard you thrashing around, I thought I should tell you. It was scary at first for me, too. Other than dying young and the whole defeat the Blight alone thing, no. I'm all tapped out for surprises. Anyhow, you're up now, right? Let's pull up camp and get a move on.
Newcastle, Deer Peak, Newcastle, King Confident. Banyak juga guys. Di mana itu? Enchantment, talk to dwarves. Oke. Mana dwarvesnya? Gua nggak ada dwarf. Oh itu. Oke. Enggak, bukan dwarf.
Ah, it's good to see you, my timely rescuer. Bodon Fennick, at your service once again. I saw your camp and thought to myself, what safer place to rest for the evening than in the camp of a Grey Warden? I'm perfectly willing to offer you a fine discount for the inconvenience of our presence. How does that sound? Good? Yes? Anything, everything, but all of the finest quality. No cheap trinkets here. And my boy Sandal happens to be a bit of a hand with enchantments. Oh, yes.
Enchantments?
Sadly, it also makes us a target for bandits and the like. If there were spare hands to hire as guards, I would have done so long ago.
Sorry.
I can see why you might be suspicious, being a Grey Warden and all. Were I in your shoes, I would feel the same way. Trust me when I say that my encountering you here was serendipity and nothing more. I travel a lot, so I'm bound to meet everyone on the road eventually. If you prefer, I'll take my boy and be on my way. But regretfully, you're the safest spot on this road, without a doubt. Wonderful. Thank the kind lady, won't you, boy?
Thank you, kind lady.
We won't be a bother to you and your companions, I assure you. If you should need enchantments, simply talk to my boy. Otherwise, come speak with me.
Okay. Let's go try enchantment.
Hello.
The boy's a bit simple, but he's rather good with enchantments. One of those tranquil fellas actually called...
Okay. Enchantment. Okay. Lightning rune. Okay, Alistar ya. I see. Okay, thank you. Oh, tapi jual
There's
apa?
anything I can do for you? Please, tell me. I suppose since you told me about you being a Grey Warden, it's only fitting for me to be as open.
Okay.
I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose.
Lost Glory?
Our kingdoms once spanned the length of Thados, from majestic Orzammar to Kal Sharok to glittering Darmalin far to the west. They say the gold and silver veins ran so thick through the stone of Darmalin that the entire city sparkled. The Darkspawn took it all, of course. One by one, the old tides fell, and then all that was left was Orzammar. But we were talking about how I ended up here, weren't we? One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for. The lost ties. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold. That's exactly how I see it. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back. Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you?
Rumor.
I hear news from Dinnerham that Tyrn Loghain has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. That's what I've heard on the road, anyhow. Take it for what it is.
Okay.
Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tar, it's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming. People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch. That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected.
And with your discount, okay, nice. Thank you discountnya. Tapi mahal, cok. Buset. Buset. Mahal. Buset, a butterfly sword. Give, oke. Shit, gila lu. Harganya luar biasa.
What do you wish of me? If you must. I was not born such. 'Tis a skill of Flemeth's, taught over many years in the wilds. The chastened have tales of we witches, saying that we assume the forms of creatures to watch them from hiding. When a child is alone and separate from his tribe, that is when we strike, dragging the young boy kicking and screaming to our lair to be devoured. A most amusing legend. Changing her form, certainly. Devouring lost children, I cannot say. She has not done it in my experience, though in truth my lifespan is but a fraction of her own. Why do you ask? Is there something specific you wish to know? Anyone with sufficient will, but the act of transformation is a magical one. 'Tis a spell and thus requires a mage's talents. Indeed, you could learn the spells required if I cared to teach you. No? 'Tis not unheard of in the remote corners of the world. There are traditions of magic outside of the circle of magi, despite what those mages would have you believe. Some of these traditions are old, indeed, passed down as carefully guarded lore from one generation to the next. The zealots of the chantry would uproot all such practitioners if they could, but as luck have it, some still exist. My mother is such a one. Not all apostates use the forbidden blood arts. Maleficarum do, but to condemn all who do not fall under the circle's thrall for the sake of what might be is a dangerous path to walk. There are those who look on the word apostate as meaning freedom. There were nights when the wilds called to me, 'tis true. You look upon the world around you and you think you know it well. I have smelled it as a wolf, listened as a cat, prowled shadows that you never dreamed existed. But my life is as a human. I am under no illusions to the contrary. They do not shy away from me. To their senses, I believe I seem like any other of their species. As to what they think, I truly cannot say. Just as I am still human, no matter my form, they are still animals. Thus they cannot speak, even were I to ask. The form of an animal is different from my own. One may study the creature, learn to move as it does, think as it does. In time, this allows one to become as it is. I gain nothing by studying another human. I already am the same as they are. I learn nothing. So the answer is no, my human form is the only one I possess.
I see.
Indeed. Have you an opinion on my abilities, then? Am I an unnatural abomination to be put to the torch? A most practical opinion. Far more so than any man I have spoken to. But enough of such talk. Let us proceed, lest the dust gather on us.
Oh, ada ginian. Wow, baru tahu gua. Oke. Berarti harus ngobrol sama semuanya ya. Oke juga deh.
Why are we stopping? There are darkspawn to be fought. Is this delay needful? You are concerned. No need. I am fit enough to fight. No. People are not simple. They cannot be summarized for easy reference in the manner of, the elves are a lithe, pointy-eared people who excel at poverty. I am. Decide. I am a Sten of the Beresad. I did not choose to be who I am any more than you did. The Antam are the eyes, hands, and mouth of the Kunari. We are how my people know the world. Compared to what? What does anyone truly know of the world? The world changes, we change. The Antam observe what we can, just as you do. There is no point to this. We are keeping the Darkspawn waiting. What a strange language you speak. You say hurry, where I would say duty. No, it is yours, and you are chatting with me instead. As you wish.
Diomelin gue. Ya, diomelin.
Yes? Well, here I am. I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in. When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith. In my dream, I fell, or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything? I don't know. He made this world. He could destroy it. But there is so much worth saving. You're such a pessimist.
Salah lagi gue.
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did. I should have handled it better. Duncan warned me right from the beginning that this could happen. Any of us could die in battle. I shouldn't have
Buset si anjingnya berisik banget.
riding on us, not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry. I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of. I think he came from Hyeva, or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just... That must have felt a lot like when I got sent to the Chantry. You mages don't even get a say in the matter after all. Thank you. Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little. I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Okay. Nice. Kenapa anjing?
Oh, why you little...
furry friend here took offense at me getting near his food. He snapped at me, look. Don't you think I don't know it? Sometimes I forget that he's a war dog. That'll teach me.
Anjing.
I once heard a really old legend about how the hound warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone. Hey!
Lagi? Lucu juga.
Look at what your fool dog placed in my pack. A putrid, half-eaten hare is not something
Astaga,
one
hujan
wants to
gresek.
find in her unmentionables. I think I have enough meat where it counts, and I certainly don't need it in my pack. Dirty Mungle can have this back. There. And tell him not to do it again.
Lucu juga si anjing ini. Oke, udah semua. Terus siapa?
You're a hard woman to find. Where are my manners? The name is Levy. Levy Dryden. Did Duncan ever mention me? Levy of the coins? Levy the trader? Really? He never told you of old Levy? We've known each other for years. But here I am carrying on while you have a blight to stop. Don't want to waste your time. But you see, Duncan promised that together we'd look into something important for the Wardens. And for me. But poor Duncan's, well, no more. A tragedy
Astaga.
is, at that. But I know he would want his work carried on. His pledge fulfilled. My family, well, past is a bit checkered, to see. Nobles look at us with disdain. My great-great-grandmother, Sophia Dryden, was the last Warden commander of Ferelden back when the Wardens were known as
Gue tahu
freelanders.
nih mau kemana nih.
So King Orland banished the Wardens, and he took House Dryden's land and titles.
Nah, udah tahu
Duncan
aja.
wanted to reclaim the old Grey Warden base, Soldier's Peak, and perhaps we'll uncover evidence to restore my family's honour along the way. Nobody's been to Soldier's Peak since the Grey Wardens were banished, but I found a way. They say it's haunted, and it's certainly dangerous. Will you help me?
How will?
Soldier's Peak is strategic and symbolic importance. Duncan said that it would be worth it right there. He also hoped to recover lost Warden history and perhaps a few old relics. No one knows what's up there now.
Nanti aja. Kita harus ke itu kan soalnya Redcliffe. Yes, let's go to Redcliffe. Biasa nih,
Yes.
nih.
Yes.
Acep. Lottery, Redcliffe Village, Redcliffe Castle. Oke, kita langsung ke Redcliffe.
Look, can we talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier. I don't know. I doubt it. I've never liked it, that's for sure. Well, let's see. I'll tell you this. We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Arlene exactly? I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arlene took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because my father was King Maric.
Holy shit.
Which made Kaelin my half-brother. How? When would I say that? Oh, by the way, King Maric had sex with a servant to produce the bastard son. That's me. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry. Why wouldn't he? He was King Maric's best friend. I don't know if that means anything. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. Al Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems he caused with the king.
Bro, kalau lu adeknya raja, ya lu yang jadi rulernya lah, tolong.
They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care. She did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. It's fine. She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. Can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol. The only thing I had of my mother. I was so furious at being sent away. I tore it off and threw it at the wall. It shattered. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was. I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually he just stopped coming. Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. Now, if there's an heir to be found, it's Arl Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, he's really as sick as we've heard. No, I don't want to think about that. I really don't. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens. Oh, lovely. You're going to regret this.
Okay, welcome to Redcliffe. Mana pintu masuknya?
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road.